Hi everyone, how's everyone doing this lovely Sunday evening? Welcome to my Facebook Live. My name is Yolanda Nixon. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and tonight I am going to do 2 Christmas cards or holiday cards using the bundle Snowflake Kisses. The information for the bundle is in the description of this video, and also if you would like to have the instructions on how to create these 2 cards, you can join my VIP group, and the link is in the description of this video. Just head on over there, give me a couple of days to upload the instructions, and then you can download those, and they will be in the VIP group until whenever. So feel free to come on back to the VIP group and grab those instructions. Also, you can grab all the instructions to all the previous 10 weeks. So today is the 11th week of 12 weeks of Stampmas. So what is Stampmas? Well, it's stamping plus Christmas. So for the last 10 weeks, I have been going live on Sunday evening, and I have been creating 2 cards or projects that are Christmas related, and giving those cards away to people who have commented on this video. So if you would like an opportunity to win the 2 cards that I'm making tonight, all you have to do is comment on the video, either watching the live or watching the replay, and I will do the drawing next Sunday and post it on the live video for today. And then I will, if I don't have your address already, then I will send you a Facebook message to get your address so I can mail those to you. Or if I'm going to see you in person anytime soon, then I'll just wait and give those to you in person. But you should have them before Christmas, so that way you can use them and give them out to your friends and family. Okay, so I am going to go over some of the things that I have coming up. So my December crafting classes will be on Saturday, December 13th. They are here in my home in Grand Prairie, Texas, which is North Dallas. You can either come in person or you can get the option to go, which means that I will do the class packets for you and I will mail those to you, but you should have the stamp sets or the bundles that I'm using. If not, you can purchase them through my online store, or you can use substitute the sentiments for something else that you may have that will fit in the either die cut that I sent you or just on the card itself. And it's usually a die cut because I always like to have layers on my cards. So you have the option of in person, which is a lot of fun, and this is going to be our Christmas parties. It's a holiday party. So anyone who signs up for my crafting classes for December will receive a free gift, maybe a couple, but everyone is invited. Bring your friends and family if they will want to craft with us, and they will have to sign up individually through the link that is in the post. A couple of spots down from this one. So you have until Sunday, December 7th to register, and if you miss the registration deadline, and if it's not too late, give me a call or send me a message. And if I have a couple of extra packets, then you're more than welcome to come, and I'll let you know if I do. But December 7th will be the cutoff, and it's 11:30 p.m. Central Standard Time based on the system. So make sure that you get your registration in. There will be 3 classes to choose from. There's a card class where we make 4 cards. There will be a second card class where we make 4 cards, and then there will be a third card class, which is a Stampmas stack, and we make 12 cards. Oh, there's 4 classes. The 4th class is my sampler. A sampler is a home decor piece. It's a 12 by 12, and it varies from month to month. However, sometimes you can decide to take a few of the things off and put pictures in there to make it a scrapbook page, but that's up to you. And again, if you take the classes, I will provide all the instructions during the class for you to do it. If you do it to go, then I will send you the instructions by email so that you can have those ready for you to create your projects at home. Okay, so let's see my card classes, and then also in April of 2026, I will be hosting my first craft retreat of the year. And I don't have my calendar here, but I think it's April 9th through the 12th. It's the weekend after Easter, and it's going to be held here in Red Oak, Texas. There's a space limitation to 7 individuals, so make sure that you sign up. And if you have friends that would like to join you, let them also sign up individually so that I can get a proper count of who's coming to the retreat. The second craft retreat will be in July, and it's the week of July 30th through August 2nd. And also the same thing, if you would like to join us, the link will be posted a little bit later on. And I am co-hosting a crafting cruise, and we are sailing to the Bahamas, and that's going to be October 10th, and it's going to be an 8-day cruise. So while we are at sea, we get to craft in the crafting room, and when we're at port, then of course you can get down, do excursions through the Royal Caribbean, or just stay on the ship and do activities on there, or go back to the craft room. So the craft room will be open 24/7. Evelyn and myself, are the 2 co-hosts, will be providing some projects for everyone that signs up for the crafting portion. But if you would like to join us and don't want to do the crafting portion, then feel free, just take advantage of the discounted rate, and you can join us on the cruise. And you just do the activities that the cruise has, which is a lot of fun. So there will be 3 stops, Cozumel, Costa Maya, and Coco Cay, which is the private island for Royal Caribbean, which is a lot of fun. We've been there once before. So please join us. You have until July of next year to sign up and get your payments in, and then we set sail in October. Okay, so I will be posting my card class schedule for 2026 at the end of the month. I will be going back to having my card class on the 4th Saturday of the month. November and December changed a little bit because of the holidays, but we'll start back again on the 4th Saturday of the month for January. So once I send out those dates, then write them down on your calendar so that you will have them, and then you can schedule to be with us during card classes. Okay, so I'm going to get started on the stamping. So I'm going to turn my camera over. So give me just a few seconds to do that. You're going to see my lovely ceiling fan, and then we will get started on the crafting. Ooh, and there's my head. And next year, I will be getting a better system here to do all of this shifting around of cameras. I'm looking into a different, hopefully better system. But for right now, let's get on with the crafting. So this is the bundle that we're going to be using today, the Snowflake Kisses, and it's a bundle. You can buy the stamp set and the dies separately, but if you buy them together, you save 10%. So the best way to buy this will be as a bundle, so you can save the 10%. And of course, you have all the sentiments here. I'm going to take out the dies because there are 2 sheets of dies. So this die is just 1 piece, and when you use it, which we will be using this one, it cuts out the circle in the middle. And then of course you can use this circle to fit a sentiment or something else right there in the middle. And then the second sheet has more snowflakes. It has a spot for your sentiment, little tiny snowflakes that you can die cut out. And this is a corner piece. So this is one big piece, and it's a corner piece. So we're going to also be using this on our second card, or our second card. So we will be using these. And also with our card, I'm going to be using a couple of dies from different sets. Usually I try to use only the dies from the bundle that I'm featuring, but for this card I had to use a couple more. So I'm going to be using from the Stylish Shapes dies, I'm going to be using the second largest circle. And from the Peace on Earth dies, I'm going to be using both of these right here to overlap for the sentiment. So I'm going to be using these two and then the circle, in addition to the dies here. Now those have already been pre-cut, so we won't have to die cut those out anymore. But let me start off with the first card here. And I'm going to get my supplies. I did have, oh, yep, I did. So just want to show you the two catalogs that we currently have. So this is our annual catalog, and it is available until April of 2026. And we also have our mini catalog, which is available until December 2025. In January, we will be having another mini catalog, what we used to call our spring catalog. But starting probably December 2nd or around that time, this is going to become, if it doesn't carry over, it's going to become, what do you call it? While supplies last. So if you see anything in this catalog or online exclusives that you really, really want, I would suggest you get them now. Because, again, like I said, in December, these will become while supplies last. And speaking of while supplies last, and I forgot to say this, starting Tuesday, November 25th until December 1st, Stampin' Up! Is having our first Black Friday sale. So there, and I sent out an email today. So if you did not get my email, let me know and I can forward that to you and put you on my email list. So there's going to be some items that are 40% off, some items that are 25% off, and some items that are 50% off. And I can't remember which one is which right now, so I'm not going to say it, but you're going to be able to save up to 40% off. I think the 40% off is the Stampin' Trimmer and Blades, which this is our Stampin' Trimmer and Blades that has an arm that comes out if you want to measure anything past 6 inches, and it goes all the way up to 17 inches. And the blades, of course, are these right here for cutting, and this one is for scoring, and they go on the same arm right here. So that's going to be on sale. The Stampin' Blends are going to be on sale. I believe those are 40% off. And there's something else that's going to be 40% off. I can't remember. But the 25% off, I believe, is some adhesives. Not all, but some. And then the 15% off is some of our cardstock. So this is the best time for restocking your stash. Getting supplies that you really, really need on a daily basis to do any kind of projects. And also, it's a great time. Tell your family and your friends. This is a great time to purchase for Christmas. So if you have a wish list, send that to your friends and say, hey, Stampin' Up! Is having a sale. These are the things that I would like for Christmas. And that could be a Christmas gift. What a great way to save and get what you want. So like there is a post on my business page, and I'm sorry, I talk with my hands. There's a post on my business page a couple down from this live that has a Black Friday sale. Make sure you click on it, go read what is on sale starting Tuesday, and that is why supplies last. So if they run out of adhesives that's on sale, that's it. There's for the week. So of course, after the Black Friday sale, you can go back and they'll restock and you can pay regular price. But get it as soon as you can. Starts Tuesday morning. I forgot what time Central because it's Mountain Time. But Tuesday morning, November 25th through December 1st. And then December 1st, which is Monday, we're having Cyber Monday sale. And our paper pumpkin is going on sale. I can't remember what the percentage is, but you're going to be able to save on the 3-month, 6-month, and 12-month paper pumpkin subscription at a sale price. And that is Cyber Monday. more information coming. I will post something here tomorrow, so that way you guys get prepared. So lots of sales coming up from Stampin' Up. Perfect timing. Get all your supplies you need at a less price. I mean, you can't beat that. Okay, so enough business. Let's get to stamping. So this is my basic white cardstock. It's 1/2 of a sheet of 8.5 by 11, cut at 5.5. So I'm just gonna fold that in half, and we're gonna crease with our bone folder to make that flat. And this is our glitter paper. This is the, upside down. The Peaceful Garden 12 by 12 glimmer paper. It comes in 3 colors. You have blue, dark gray, and soft green, and you get 2 sheets of each. So let me show you the sheets here. So you have the blue, the dark gray, and it says soft green, but it could pass for silver, not like a bright silver, but maybe like a dull silver, but it's light green. That's the description. And this is part of a suite, but I'm going to be using it for these cards. Let me get all my pieces. So this again is the blue. It just says blue. Okay, and this piece right here is something that I use a lot when I use dies like this that have little tiny pieces, and when you put adhesive on here, it might go through the holes and then get on your cardstock, get on your card, and then it's all sticky. So I use our adhesive sheets. These are adhesive sheets are 6 inches by 12 inches, and they are double-sided adhesive, and I have one already cut here. These are great, again, for putting behind any cardstock or glimmer paper that you're going to need to cut these little intricate dies, because you don't have to then deal with glue or Stampin' Seal. But let me show you how to put this on. So the adhesive sheet is already proportioned out into 2 inches. So if you look on the back, you can see there's a 2 inch, well, I already cut that down. So this is 2 inches, this is 2 inches, and then this is going to be 1.5 inches, because this is 5.5 by 4. And I'm going to take the smaller piece off, and this has nothing, just the protective layer, but this has the sticky stuff. So then I'm going to put it up against the bottom. And then make sure that it is on there. And then I'm going to go by sections. And then just take this one off. Do the same thing. Take this one off. And now your adhesive is on the back of your glimmer paper. And you can use these adhesive sheets with any kind of paper, cardstock, vellum also, but you just have to be careful. And vellum is this paper is not see-through like our window sheets, but it is a little bit, but if you put adhesive, you can see the streaks. So you can use the vellum for that and hide the streaks. Okay, so now we're going to do the die cutting, and I'm going to bring out my die cutting machine. And in previous videos that I have been watching of myself, which I really don't like to watch, but sometimes you have to, just to make sure that there are no mistakes, I have been placing my arm or my hand on top of my die cutting machine, and then I'm covering everything that I'm doing. So I'm gonna try not to do that, but it's kind of hard because that's where I place my hand to support the dies going through the machine. So, and all I'm doing here is making sure that it's even on both sides and on top and bottom, so that way I don't get a big chunk over here and then a small chunk over there. Now, usually with our dies, you don't have to roll it back and forth through the machine. However, this one has a lot of little tiny pieces. So just to make sure that all the little pieces are cut, I am going to roll it back twice. Okay, so I'm going to hold it down. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I have to hold it up here. So maybe I'll just do this and let y'all see the back plate. Yeah, that was kind of hard not to hold it here, especially since I have this paper underneath and it's making it move. Okay, so it went in once, and then I'm going to roll it back over twice. And that's the great thing about our die cutting machine. You can just keep on rolling back and forth without having to take it off. Okay, so now there's going to be a whole bunch of little pieces. Oh, and see, it also cuts out that circle, which we will be using on this card. But because of the glimmer paper, you really can't tell where the little pieces are. So I just turn it over and then guide it from here and take all these little pieces off. Now, you could use the negative, but that's a lot of little pieces to be placing back in place. And I do use my my piercer, my Stampin', just to get these pieces out. Just be careful not to tear any of the parts off. And my little thing just came off. It just screws on there. I've been using it a lot. So our paper piercer does have some other attachments, which is why this comes off, and this piece over here comes off too. And you can switch it over with a blade or a brush, but those are sold separately. It does come with 2 putties, and this side is like you have like a little flat spatula type, and then you have the little pointy type. And the putty is for picking up little pieces and then placing them on your card. So it's very handy. Now this is probably going to take the longest. And I should have just done another one and by the magic of TV, but I didn't, because I wanted you guys to see the process. And thankfully, we're only making 1 card. Not a lot. However, this is very calming to do if you're not trying to do it on live. So you could do a lot of these at one time and just sit and watch TV and just poke them out. But when you're on a live and you're trying to make sure you do it correctly, it's a struggle. Oh, I don't want to cut that. A lot of little pieces. I'm trying to see where this one goes. Okay. And then just checking to make sure I got little pieces, because there's little tiny ones. Nope, missed like 3 or 4 over here. Small one there. That one's gone. Another one there. See, they're little tiny pieces. And then you have these little tiny ones right here on the sides, on the top. Just one more check. Okay, I think we're good. And then of course make sure that you clean your die, because you got some pieces here, and then this You can just poke them out from this side to clean it off. And this is really what the brush is good for, because the brush, when you put it on here, you can just brush it over and it takes all of those little pieces out at once. But I don't have my brush with me. And I think we're done. Yep. Okay, so let me put that back over here. And for my December card classes, we will be using this bundle. However, we will not be duplicating this card. Got 4 different cards to make. And I'm going to put all these in my little recycle bin over here. Okay. So now we're going to bring back our card base. And this is great granite. And we're just going to layer it on top, and it's the same size. So this is 5.5 by 4. And we're going to take them off. We're going to take the backing off, but only about 1/4 down, because we want to make sure that, because it is very sticky. And okay. And you can see that adhesive just coming off. We want to make sure that it's correctly placed before we take the entire thing off, because we just can't take it all off without damaging it. So I'm just going to fold it down. I'm going to line it up from the bottom on both sides. And it's not very forgiving, so once it's down, it's hard to pick back up. That's why I only do 1/4 at a time. And then just peel it back. And just make sure that you don't grab some of these small pieces. And then just flatten it out. And then just press. And see, you don't have any sticky mess from glue or adhesive coming in through the sides of the snowflake. The adhesive is already on your glimmer paper using the adhesive sheets. And that's it. Pretty cool. Just make sure everything is down. Now what we're going to do is we are going to add adhesive to the back of this, just regular adhesive. And we're going to add it to our card base. Okay, so now we're going to stamp our sentiment. And this is the vellum. It's we have the vellum came back in 12 by 12 sheets. If you guys remember, a couple years ago we had it in 8.5 by 11, but now we have 12 by 12 sheets of vellum, which I just missed when it went away, but I'm glad that it's back. And then this is just basic white, and it is die cut from this circle here. And then this is the blue circle that came out from the middle. I didn't want to add this just on like this, flat. So that is why we're going to add an extra layer of the vellum. But first we're going to stamp. And I'm going to bring out my Misty Moonlight. And we're going to stamp Let It Snow twice. So Let It Snow. And then Let It Snow. And you can space them out as far apart as you want. Just be careful that you don't go over from the sides. And then we're going to flip this around and we're going to add adhesive. no, we are not going to add adhesive. What we're going to do is we're going to add dimensionals. So I'm going to add 3 dimensionals, kind of like in a triangle pattern. And I've run out of my regular dimensionals, but of course we always use the ends. Never throw anything out. We're going to center it on our glimmer paper. And then we're going to add adhesive to the back of our glimmer paper and center that on our vellum. Okay, before I do that, let me close this because I can just picture myself getting ink all over my hands. Okay, so now we're going to center this on the vellum. And then we're going to add dimensionals to the vellum, but only inside the circle so that you don't see it from the outside. And again, like in a triangle pattern. And we're going to add the sentiment right in the middle where that circle would go. And then we're going to grab some of our faceted snowflakes. So these come in 3 different colors in 2 different sizes. So we have the clear, green, or is that Pretty Peacock? It doesn't say, but I think it's Pretty Peacock. And then the red. So we're just going to use this one up here. And I'm going to use my pick tool. And we're going to add 4. So it's going to be 2 large. And place them where you have room. And then 2 small ones. You want to be careful if you're going to mail the cards that you don't have too much layers over this one, because then it won't go through the mail sorting machine, or it will come back with UO postage. So I put the snowflakes on the bottom layer so that when this is the top layer, if that makes sense. Okay, so that is our first card. Little extra piece there, didn't belong. That was a lot of little extra pieces that don't belong. Okay, so that is our first card. Love the glimmer paper. Okay, second card. I'm going to put this aside. Bring this die in. Okay, so now we're going to use the dark gray glimmer paper. And we're going to also use basic white. Again, this is half of the sheet of basic white. We're going to fold that in half. And score it down with our bone folder. You don't have to be so rough, but I am. Okay. So again, we're going to use some of our adhesive sheet on the back of this one. And we don't have to go all the way down because we're not going to be going to the end there. So I am going to take this one part off, and the adhesive is there. Line it up right in the middle. And then we're going to take off the other side. So now we have adhesive sheet on our glimmer paper. So now I'm going to bring in my die cutting machine while I take these dies off. messing with my whole thing. Okay, so then, since this is a corner piece, this piece right here will go about right there. You want to make sure that it's the same distance from this side to that side. So we're going to put it there. And I'm going to run it through twice. Okay, maybe I can hold it over here. No, I gotta hold it here. So sorry. And then back it up. Back. Okay, I need to stop singing. And don't worry about taking all of these off. If the snowflakes do come off, save this piece right here, the big snowflake. Save that snowflake. That's gonna go for the inside. Then I'm gonna turn this over, turn this around, and we're gonna do the same thing, but on this side, on this corner. And we're gonna run it through and back it up. And I really need to get more plates because I don't think you guys can see anything anyway, because these plates are kind of rusty. Okay, I'm going to take this off. And same thing as the other one, we're going to flip it over and take this off. And this didn't go all the way through, which is why I always run it twice. So let me take this off first. So we'll take care of the other one. Little tiny pieces. And if you do take it off the machine, like I'm going to do right now, there's always an indentation, so you can place the die back on there. Just be very careful, but we're gonna do that now. See, these, for some reason that didn't come off, but we're gonna try this again. And it is clean except for a couple of little things. Okay, and there, see, it grabbed right there. I'll put this down, run it through one more time, hold it. Is that easier? Yep, comes right off. Just be very careful when you pull it. And then these little pieces just come out individually. And then this is one piece. All right, I'm gonna get my pick tool for that piece. Get the little circle off of there too. Okay, so now we're going to do the other side. Doing the same thing. Make sure that it catches, and it does. And roll it back in. So even if you have a glitch like this, don't worry. Put it back through. Look for the indentation. Put it in. And then it will cut it out. So if you have something like this, you might want to go 3 or 4 times through. That would have been 4 times. You can, there's no problem in going more than once or twice. just to make sure that everything comes out. Have the same issue right here in this little corner. And these come out individually. And this whole piece, got this little piece in the middle. Okay, so let me, oh, this didn't come out. You can still see it. Okay, then let's try this piece one more time. Get all the sides off. And just poke it out. There you go. Quick and easy. All right, I'm gonna move all those. Remember, save these. There should be another one somewhere. Oh, there it is over there. Okay, so now we're gonna grab our basic white, and this is another layer. This piece here is 4 by 5 1/4, and so this piece is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So it's just going to be a little bit bigger than the glimmer paper. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take off a little bit, like 1/4 of it, lay it down, and then we're going to remove the rest. And I usually start on this side where there is no adhesive, so I can position it correctly. And then we just take this off. And flatten it out. Okay. Now we're going to add dimensionals to the back of this. I just have my dimensionals. Oh, here we go. And I'm going to add 6. So 1 in each corner and 2 down the middle. And you can add more dimensionals if you like. I just need some in the middle so that it doesn't get sunken in when you're mailing it. So this is going to go on your card base. Just like that. Now we're going to stamp on our basic white. So here are the 2 pieces I already die cut out, and they're going to layer like this on top of each other. So the bottom piece is vellum and the top piece is basic white. So we're going to use our Secret Sea ink, and we are going to stamp "Winter is warmer when we're together." But I'm going to stamp this in the middle, but to the right. Not all the way to the edge, but over to the right. So it may look a little bit crooked or off-centered, but it will, because you're going to the right. Close that up. Flip it, add adhesive to the back, add it to your vellum, and then we're going to add dimensionals to the back of the vellum. Again, inside of the banner so that you don't see it So I'm just gonna put 4. I'm going to center this right in the middle. And then we're going to get our Secret C ribbon. This is our faux linen ribbon. And it's a little bit see-through. So that makes it really nice. And it's easy to, it's not stiff. So it's really easy to shape into a bow. And of course, just make your bow, shorten the legs or the strings, and then bring those together. Cut diagonally. And then you have your bow. So we're gonna add the bow right here, which is why you wanted to put your sentiment a little bit over. And I'm just gonna add adhesive. And then we're going to grab our rhinestones. And we are going to add 4 rhinestones to each set of snowflakes. So the 2 big snowflakes, this one and this one will get the, this one and that one will get the bigger rhinestone, and then, or snowflake, and then these 2 will get the small one. And then you're going to do that for both sides. Yeah, I think, well, it's the same size. And then this one goes here. And then flip. So this card's gonna have a lot of rhinestones. And add it here. And if it's a little bit underneath the vellum, that's fine. Just go ahead and add your rhinestone. People want to see bling. Oh, did I lose a bling? I sure did. It came back with me. And the snowflakes have adhesive at the bottom. So if for any reason the adhesive comes off, all you can do is grab some glue dots and put it on a glue dot and put it back on there. Okay. So these snowflakes that came out of the die cut, there is a snowflake that is flat. So this snowflake is going to go on towards at the end or on the side of the card, but inside the card. So let me show you. I'm going to open this up. And because this came from the die, it already has the adhesive on it, which makes it so much nicer. Just got to remove the backing. So I'm going to place this right here. See how that flat edge is on the side? We're going to do the opposite on this side, and we're going to add the snowflake on that side. And anytime you use that particular die, you're going to get these snowflakes. So you might as well put them to use. Put them on the inside of your card. Put them on an envelope when you're mailing it. So I just added them to the inside of the card. You can put your message here. Okay, so those are the 2 cards that we made using the Snowflake Wishes bundle. And here are the original ones that I created. And I love the glimmer paper. I love using adhesive sheets. They make everything so much easier without the mess of glue and adhesive. Even though we do have something to take care of adhesive, but the adhesive sheets are so much nicer to use and so much easier, at least in my opinion. So comment on this video for your opportunity to be in the drawing to win the 2 cards that I made. I will post the name next Sunday on this same video in the comments. Facebook now has a policy that all lives will be deleted after 30 days. So I am downloading the videos to my YouTube channel, and they will remain there. Plus, I'm going to send out a final 12 Days of Stampmas newsletter with all of the links to my YouTube videos, so that way you can have that. So if you're not on my newsletter yet, let me know. Send me a message here on Facebook. Send me an email to picrafters with an S at yahoo.com. And you might wonder what the P and the I stand for. P is for paper, I is for ink. The 2 most important things in paper crafting. So that is my team name, P&I Crafters. So my email is picrafters. So I can place you on my newsletter, and then that way you can receive all my upcoming information, classes, events that I'm hosting, all the Stampin' Up! Sales, things like that. You don't want to miss out. It seems right now is a great opportunity for all these sales coming up. So you don't want to miss that. But again, if you follow my business page here, P&I Crafters, then I will also be posting here, so you can get it that way also. So don't forget to comment, join my VIP group, and send me your email if you're not receiving my newsletters, so that way you can get all the information right away. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next week for the 12th week of 12 weeks of Stampmas. Oh, it's 11 weeks already. My goodness. And we're that much closer to Christmas. My goodness. Okay, well, I gotta go get ready for the week. Thanksgiving's coming up. You guys enjoy your holiday week with your family and friends. I wish you the best. And please, please, please watch out for how much turkey you eat, because nap time is right after turkey eating. So I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I will see you again next Sunday. Bye-bye.